Vice President J.D. Vance has actually not been involved in American politics for long, like at all. He hasn't even been involved in American politics for 10 years. He hasn't spent a decade in American politics, and he rose from an author to the vice presidency in under a decade. It's a very short political career. And based on current polling data, it's not going to last much longer either. J.D. Vance is probably going to go down as a flash in the pan, or as one of the best books I've ever read was called about vice presidents, Profiles in Insignificance. Because J.D. Vance's political career in the grand scheme of the United States of America will be exceptionally insignificant. According to the latest polling data, J.D. Vance continues to slip as the presumed Republican nominee for 2028. And in fact, the person who comes in second seems to be closing a lot of ground and, based on the current trajectory, could overtake Vance in the next month or two. And unfortunately, that person happens to be Donald Trump Jr., who honestly has no chance in hell of winning an election. He does not have the charisma of his dad. And again, I hate to use that word about Donald Trump, but Jr. is so off-putting that I'm not even concerned if he becomes the nominee. I think that would be hilarious. But let me read you this. In August, Vance had a 20-point lead over Trump Jr., who is in second place, 36% to 16. This lead actually increased to 28 points in September. But then in October, when we got into the government shutdown, his lead decreased, and while Vance still enjoyed 38% of the vote share, Trump Jr.'s 20% of the share meant that just a few weeks ago, Vance had a narrow 18-point lead. And in November, this lead decreased again to just 10 points. Vance has 34%, Trump Jr. has 24%. So 34% to 24%. And of course, this is directly tied to Donald Trump's approval rating. During those same months where Vance was losing to Jr., Donald Trump's overall approval rating went down, 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 down. Which is kind of funny that as Trump's approval rating goes down and Vance's approval rating goes down, Jr., his chances of winning go up. Like, you hate his dad, you hate the guy that works for his dad, but you'll go with the kid? And think that it's going to be better or different in any way, that's really dumb. And what I love about it is that it is so dumb. Because these are polls of Republicans. And this shows you how dumb they are. Well, everybody hates this guy. Everybody hates the guy underneath him. So if everybody hates them, what if we went to the guy's son? Who's less charismatic, less rich, has no accomplishments. He's, the rumors of his potential drug use. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I don't understand how Republicans ever win any elections, ever. It genuinely makes no sense. This is how dumb they are. But it's the world we live in, right? That's their political party. Like, not even 2 brain cells to split between all of them. But J.D. Vance has proven to be disgustingly ineffective as a vice president in this first year. He was not effective as a senator. I mean, didn't do much, was still riding the coattails of the book he wrote. So what has he accomplished? What has he done other than, get a little handsy with Erica Kirk, that would make anybody think, you know what, this guy could do the job? No. J.D. Vance is going to follow in the long line of disgraced former Republican vice presidents and just disappear into obscurity. I mean, Mike Pence, how often do you hear about Mike Pence? Aside from his recent departure from this earth, how often did you hear about Dick Cheney other than Trump randomly ranting about him every now and then? When was the last time anybody heard from Dan Quayle? I mean, these are the last few Republican vice presidents, and they always just disappear when they leave office. And Dan Quayle, by the way, easily could have run for president again. He was young enough. I know Dick Cheney wouldn't have had a shot. Mike Pence could have, but chose not to. They disappear. So anyone out there thinking, oh no, but J.D. Vance is young, he's got a long political career ahead of him. No, he doesn't. That guy's political career is dead in the water, and it's just floating along until this administration ends. Scientists recently discovered a new evolutionary trait in puppies, and it's that they cannot grow up and reach their full potential unless you subscribe to this channel. Don't do it for me, folks. Do it for little Atlas and Judge here. Good boys. You do good. You want to say something? No? Okay.